Hart here. I just want to let you know that the Pulsechain.com mainnet has launched, and PulseX.com on that mainnet has launched as well. I hope you guys are all enjoying it. We waited a couple years for this, and it's finally here.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another day of Pulsechain and PulseX news, and of course your daily dose of awesomeness as Pulsechain is expanding day by day. And so we're going to get into that. I think we're on day is it 53? Yeah, I think we're about in day 53, and we're on day 54. I think that's about to start. So going very nicely indeed. Let's get into the chat first of all. We're going to talk about all the latest news and price charts and all the good stuff. So if you like top PRC 20s, meme coins, project coins, Richard Hart tokens and stuff like that, we're going to get into it all. As you guys know, we're going to rock and roll. A whole overview here. What else we got? Lies beneath in the house. Of course, hello. How are you today? Very good, thank you. I going for another big walk today, so I know that Sandy Beach will be happy about that. After this live stream, going for an hour and a quarter walk, and yeah, that's going to be good. What else we got going? We got Lies beneath the house there. Hello all, Hex, EHEX, PLS, and PLSX for the win. And of course, don't forget the incentive token, 100%. That is the golden strategy of Richard Hart, and of course, the golden crypto of Richard Hart, I always say, and of course, the main strategy of this channel. So I hope you guys enjoy it. When in doubt, think of RH tokens. If you don't know what to do, you can always think of RH tokens as the place to be. We've got Church of Universal Oneness in the house. Happy Independence Day. Marika, peace and good health to all of you. 100%. Happy 4th of July to those in the United States. It's now the 5th of July here in good old New Zealand. But of course, this is an American celebration, so Independence Day. And so a big shout out to everybody in the United States. Hope you guys are having a good family lunch and whatever other celebrations do. Singing the national anthem, waving the US flag. Lots of good things to celebrate there in the good old US of A. The Church of Universal Oneness as well on an hour away. I'll be back. Yeah, well, we're here now, so we're caught up on that one. We've got Francis as well. Good to see you, Francis. Let me know if you're from the United States how you're celebrating the 4th of July, because it's a pretty good celebration, and get in there. So let us know. Hex enthusiast as well. Yo, good to see you. Who else we got jumping in here? Let me see here. We got happy KD, happy 4th of July from KD as well. What else? Sandy Beach in there today. I did this. I did the steps. Did I misspell Dodge? I probably have misspelled Dodge. I might have to rechange that up the live stream. Today I did the steps at my local park. Phew, it was challenging. I'll post the same nice one there, Sandy Beach. Yeah, dodged. Yeah, I may have misspelled that actually. Now I'm thinking about it. We'll check it out when I get. Yeah, I have misspelled it. So I don't know if I can change that mid stream, but I might change it afterwards. So I'll pick up there, Brazology. But hey, look, maybe we'll get a car sponsor of the channel one day. Who knows? Crypto King is in the house as well. Hey, Superman, happy to catch you live this morning. Hey, it's always a pleasure. Good to see you, Crypto King. Crypto King has been killing it, by the way, with the old Pulsechain rollout. Crypto King knows what's happening. He knows what's happening and making the most of it. So nice one there, Crypto King. Big shout out from Genuine as well. Good morning, everybody. Brisbane there as well, saying hello. We got Brennan. Good morning, Brennan. Good to see you. Jonathan Kampala. Yo. Good to see you, Jonathan. Who else has jumped in here? Hexavator as well. Howdy, folks. Good to see you, Hexavator. KD says for Independence Day, start cooking some meat. Barbecue time. Yeah, forget that it's summer, right? Summer in the United States. It's winter down here. Of course, the last month of winter, last month of summer, I guess. But yeah, nice day for Independence Day there, 4th of July. No doubt you'll have lots of fireworks too, 4th of July, right? That's a big firework day. Brazil says, I hope England had fun at work today, says Brazil. I'm not sure. Not sure. Are you teasing them? Are you teasing them, Briz? Charity as well, because they're on holiday. Charity as well is in here. Good to see a Charity. And of course, Wiki as well. Wiki is in his Dodge. You actually own a Dodge, Wiki. That's pretty funny. I thought you owned like a Bambino or something like that. Hex Token, did you talk about Pulse Punks? Pulse Funks? No, I've talked about Pulse Funks about a week ago or something when they were going to be launching. I know they've been selling out pretty hardcore, but that's the last update I got. Update about 2 days ago that they were selling out pretty fast. but I haven't checked that. We might check that later on the live stream. Remind me, Sandy, if once we get to the project teams. All right, shall we get into it, folks? Let's get into Richard Hart's updates. And of course, this is an update from 3 hours ago. Pro tip, says Richard Hart. So let's get into that. If you guys spread the word, that's you guys watching this live stream, people all in the Pulsechain community, where it needs to be spread. So if you guys spread the word where it needs to be spread, then the right people find out about it. Now, obviously, we've got the Pulsechain airdrop. We've got all the farms that are slowly rolling out for all the top PRC 20s. So this is the sort of stuff he's talking about. Spread the word to those communities, no matter what platform you're on. Spread the word. And of course, particularly if you're focusing on being an influencer like Sandy Beach and Brazology, they do a lot of influency type of things. Then of course you can target those communities as well, like Link and Uni and all sorts of stuff like that. But if you're anybody in the community, you can spread the word. The word of mouth is a huge network effect. So get out there, spread the word. If I spread the word, says Richard, people that don't need to hear about it do. In other words, a lot of people that follow Richard, obviously in the Richard Hart community and Richard Hart tokens. But of course, we're trying to reach these other communities as well, like Shib and Link and everything else. You guys can more precisely say things where they need to be said. And in a way, I can't. And this way, you're superior to me. I wish I could just reach people I haven't reached sometimes before sometimes. So definitely get out there and go into all the communities and spread the good word about Pulsechain. And of course, a lot of people that you'll talk to will have copies on the from Ethereum that they won't even know about. And of course, once they get over to Pulsechain, they'll realize how great it's going to be. And of course, once all the prices start breaking out to the upside, people are going to be, wanting to come back. If they decide to leave, they're going to be wanting to come back. Some people, they have a psychological thing about being on a certain chain. It takes a little while for them to get off. I know that was the case when I first started moving on to other chains. But once you start doing it, you get, it's like a no-brainer. Yeah, I'll jump over there. As long as there's good value, you'll be sitting around. So Pulsechain is, of course, going to have huge upside potential compared to Ethereum, for example, and cheap fees to do it. So it's pretty good on that one. Now, we've got really high gas fees today, and we're going to talk about that as well. So it fits in pretty well with the low, cheap gas fees on Pulsechain. So kind of cool. Richard's also posted a couple other little pictures here. We're going to jump through all that, of course. Let me see here. He's got one here. There's another scam popping up targeting the Pulsechain Hex community. Report the scam Hex crypto token. It's all pretty close to my name on the thing, but it's not quite the same. This channel's Twitter account is Token Hex. This is Hex crypto token, so it's not me. Don't report. Don't report Token Hex channel. It's this one here. So that we get people charging the Pulsechain community, and of course the sub community there, the Hex crypto community. So be careful, folks. They really are sneaky little people there. Richard Hart did repost this DJ Paulie Wood 2 years ago. Richard Hart, it's a wrap. Thank you very much. And of course, you got the old Pulsechain, the colors there. Look at that with DJ Paulie Wood in the middle there. So nice to see that on the Pulse Convoy. Very, very cool. So I think that's kind of it from Richard at the moment. We'll come back to this, of course, later on, should we so choose. But of course, the news today is, you guessed it, is a new farm, and it's the Uni farm. Woohoo! So Uni is next. Remember, these farms have been ticking over there. Look at that. We got Wrap Bitcoin there with that was first one out there. We got the Pepe one there, Pepe from Ethereum. But of course, we've also got Pepe and Pulse bonded there too. Some interesting combinations of tokens, combined, I should say, from Richard. Then we've got Link that popped up yesterday, I believe. Yep, Link from Ethereum. So attracting all those communities over to Pulsechain. Encouraging them to bridge in their assets into the Pulsechain there. So you got Linked from Ethereum, and of course you've now got today I woke up and we got Uni from Ethereum. So the Uni token there for Uniswap. So pretty cool, and that's matched in with Pulse, of course. Now the APR, when I first saw it, was about 4,000% on the APR, and of course it would have been much higher than that. That's just when I saw it, but now it's 360%. So if you took $1,000 on a daily basis, you're getting about 1% back of your capital a day at the moment. So over 30 days, it'll be about 34% at the current percentage of 360, but it is coming down as more capital goes into liquidity there as well. We'll check out the price chart for Uni on Pulsechain. Also, obviously, this is Uni from Ethereum, so it's Ethereum that's been a Uniswap that's been bridged in to Pulsechain. But of course, there is the Pulsechain copy as well, which is being priced up as well. We'll go check that out. Had a big spike in it and came back. but it's probably still up from where it was. So interesting times. Now, will we see some pools there linked to the Pulse chain? That'll be going to be interesting to see whether we see some of these other combinations that come with some of these other pairs. So very, very cool. What else, of course, will pop up next? And of course, we're going to look at the top PRC20s later on. A lot of people are front running all of this, of course. They are starting to buy a lot of these popular PRC20s. And of course, that is creating more value. It's turning over more value on PulseX, more buy and burn. It's pricing up the assets. And this is what you want to see. And some of these will probably have the potential to get to parity with the Ethereum. And some, maybe even some of them may eventually, we'll see, but maybe even some of them will be at a premium because of the cheaper operation costs on the Pulse chain. We'll see. But certainly there's a couple of good candidates there for parity arguments as well. Now it will take time. But of course, we're only on day 53, so early days there. So pretty big news. So as per Richard's tweet, get out there and spread the word to these communities. Get out to the Link community, the Uni community, Pepe community, Wrap Bitcoin community. Get out there. Obviously, Wrap Bitcoin's a bit more exclusive, but definitely these big memes and big utility tokens like Link and Uni, definitely well worth doing. And of course, the meme communities are the easiest to reach out to. And of course, Pepe is there. Now, will we see a SHIB? I'm expecting to see a SHIB pretty soon. Let's see if we do see that. And of course, there's other popular ones out there too. And of course, we had the Aave back the other day that pumped pretty well early on as well also. So that's kind of cool. But let's get into the news. And of course, we got Matty Allen has been out, I think yesterday, launched his TimePaysMe. TimePaysMe. So TimePaysMe launched. And of course, he's got his DeLorean there. He's got his TimePaysMe. So if you've got Pulse and you want to lock it away so you don't get your hands on it and sort of prematurely sell out or something like that, or get fuddled out, then you get to time lock that. So it's got particular features to it. You can go check out all that stuff on Matty Allen's channel with the live stream. And of course, he is live covering that. So it was pretty cool. And we're live 21 hours ago. Surprise, we dropped 230 million addresses on ETH and Pulse Chain with smart vault contracts. Claim yours now to send crypto to your future self. So by time locking and undo a hack. So you can also have the ability undo a hack there too. Times.PaysMe. So that is up and running. Let's have a quick look at the site. That's kind of cool. TPM is available only on Network's Pulse chain. That lets me just quickly log on and have a look here. I'm on the wrong chain too, so I'm on another chain. We won't talk about that. But we go to Pulse chain, and bam, that is one there. So you can connect your wallet up, and away you go. And let's see what we got here. I'm going to go to this one, our Play wallet. There we go, and into that. So that's pretty easy to do. All right, so claim my vaults. I can claim my vault there. I haven't done this at all. I'm doing this live in front of you guys. I haven't really had much time, but just want to let you guys know that this long-awaited product from Matty Allen is out, and you can claim that wallet there just by clicking claim. Let's see what that does. I don't know what that does. It's going to charge me some money to do that, so you can claim your vault. So you can get in there and do that. What else we're going to do there? I think that's it on that one. Now, obviously, I'm going to post the link to this if you want to watch the video, because he did a video on this. So let's go quickly look at the video there. And of course, yeah, had 1,600 views so far in 20 hours. So definitely, if you want to watch the launch and understand the site there, I'll post the link. So I put times as well. So times to pay. I may have to fix that up as well as the dodge there. So we'll post that in there. That is the site. That is the Twitter. That will have the video and it will have the website on it. So, but in any case, I'll post the website there. Let me just let me copy that and post that in there as well while you're there. So it's kind of cool. It's time locking your Pulse so that you can let the price thing do its thing, and you just sit back and relax and something like that, and also gives you some sort of security recovery there. So definitely worth doing. All right, so kind of cool there. I'll post the video there as well. Might as well post that. Well, let's do it. Let's go full whole hogs. That is the video as well. So to summarize, TimePaysMe is launched with Matty Allen. That's his video, launch video. That is the website, and you can claim your wallet on Pulse Chain for that. And of course, and Ethereum. And of course, then there's the YouTube video with the actual launch. So it's kind of cool. All right, let us jump out of that. Bam, that is Matty Allen. So well done to Matty Allen. Let's have a look and see what else he's got here. Posted since that launch. Just more videos there. TimePaysMe is live. Undo hacks, encrypted to your future self. We're live, like Matty Allen says, crypto pump there. What else there? Let's jump through some of that. You can get hacked by getting hacks. You can get hacked by being greedy. You can get hacked by being fearful. You can get hacked by bad advice. Not so much with TimePaysMe. You can now claim your smart vault, send your money to your future self. So there are features to that. So you just need to watch the video first before you participate. But definitely something well worth watching there and maybe participating if that suits you. You can find out. All right, so that's the first big news there. TimePaysMe. Talk about UNI, and of course we've got Dodge. Now I'm not talking about Dodge with the car, so I have got a misspelt there, and I'll have to change the title after the live stream to remove the extra D. But Jeff Kadakis, as you guys know from TrustSwap, also launched a couple of meme coins on Pulsechain early on. The two of those did pretty well. One of them is Dodge. He's got a little. We haven't heard from him. We got a little. I think it was on holiday too, wasn't he? Wasn't on holiday. But we got a little a Twitter Spaces here with a Dodge there. Dodge, this guy on the left, and it was Jeff Kadakis on the right there. And they've got a Twitter Space. So that's coming up on July the 7th at 6 p.m. PST time. So you may. It's always good if you like to look for value. It's well worth listening to. Obviously, not endorsing any particular token like this, but definitely if you're looking to get a bit of inside scoop and maybe see maybe they're doing some stuff around this that may be of value. And if you're looking for value, that may be an option. Now, maybe there's no value there after you listen to the Twitter Space, but that's definitely worth having a little listen to as well. Now, let me see here. Dodge. Dodge. I got to spell it properly. Dodge on Pulsechain. And let me post that if you want to listen to it. Dodge on Pulse there. That's with Jeff Kadakis. Right. Dodge on Pulse there. Now, Jeff Kadakis also has a site where you a finance site. Let me pull it up. I think I might have it. Finance. Team Finance. So Team Finance is one of the products that Jeff Kadakis offers. Obviously, he gets into meme coins and all sorts of crypto stuff, but they actually have some pretty good product utilities. One of them is Team Finance, and you can actually create your own PRC20 on Pulsechain and launch it on Pulsechain. So if you want to do that, that's something you can do. Everybody's got access to doing that. And of course, it also has token vesting and token locks and token creation. This is what you would want to do. Very easy to do, by the way. Very easy to do. And of course, you can set up the parameters of that too. It's got a few little parameters you can do. You can mint them all to yourselves or whatever. You've got different things. You've got liquidity locks, NFT locks. So lots of cool things on the old app.team finance there as well. I'll post that if you want to check it out as well. So it's something a little extra if you're looking at your own project. Maybe you've got some ideas you don't know how to code. It's an option for you anyway to check out. So there it is, app.team.finance. Maybe your coin will be the next big meme coin on Pulsechain. Who knows? Never could be Briz on the beach coin. We see that people like Wolverine and other people are launching tokens all over the place. So might as well be you. Might as well you, especially if you've got a little bit of an influencer community there. All right, but anyway, Dodge on Pulse, their meme coin. That looks like a little thing on there. So we'll see how that goes on that one. All right. Actually, let's pull up the price there. I think we'll pull up the price of that while we're here. Let me just do that. See what that is like at the moment. I'm not sure if I've added this one. I'm supposed to add this one to the Pulsechain, but I don't know if I've done that yet. This is the big pair here. Just let me add this to the meme coins actually. Bam. All right, so let's go to the daily here. So yeah, this is early on. So boom, 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 boom. I actually participated in this early on, and then down we came, and then we got a little pump on today. So not too bad there. Definitely may have found a bottom. We've got the thing on Friday. Maybe it's going to get a little run into that Friday meeting. It's already pumped on the news probably. But yeah, certainly speculative. But 124K in liquidity, so it's decent liquidity if you're doing a small retail play. And it's up 44% at the moment. So we'll see how that goes. All right. That was a little sidetrack, but hey, why not? Let's do it. All right. The next big news, of course, is Internet Money Wallet. And Internet Money Wallet is also coming out there with an update. So, hey, everybody, we have pushed a major update to all 3 app stores. That's Android, iOS, and Chrome. That contains many exciting things, including Treasure and Wallet Connect V2 support, as well as many other enhancements. As soon as the App Store approves this, you can update. So that's kind of cool. Now, obviously, this is a Pulsechain, native Pulsechain, the only wallet at the moment that's native Pulsechain with all the everything's automated. So you can get the best liquidity through V1, V2 on PulseX. It has all the right clickers on there, and the icons pretty cool. And also, of course, if you own the time token on either Pulsechain, Ethereum, or BNB chain, if you own those respectively, you will earn the fees, swapping fees on that wallet based on what everybody else is doing with the wallet. So it's kind of cool like that. Now, the volume's obviously got to build up, and people said, it started off small, but they're getting paid. So you just got to be patient with that too. And once again, it's volume network effect. All the projects are going to have that, particularly a wallet, especially if you're wanting more swapping on there. So there we are. So I'll post the link to that as well. That is the TimePaysMe. Sorry, that's not TimePaysMe. That's an Internet Money wallet there from KG and the developers crew there. All right. So that is Internet Money wallet. So it's kind of big news from them. The staker class says, I'm nuking my MetaMask wallets and moving over to Internet Money, where I can actually have my voice heard and not get my privacy disrespected on the daily. I stand with the builders as well. Obviously, brother KG have been in the trenches and aren't going anywhere. So there we are. It is still in final beta mode, as I understand it. Also, Internet Money followed past 6,000 followers, so that's positive for user adoption and turnover. Obviously, they want to keep just going up over the next few years, get into the tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands. That would be very good for the swapping there to try and get up to MetaMask, level of revenue, which is like $100 million, $200 million a year. So food for thought there. Once again, that is, I think they're still final beta though. I'm not sure if they got an official commercial level there. Well, with asking KG on that one, you can ask him. He'll answer your questions on there. He's pretty good with the old social media. All right, so that is from KG. Those are the big news items for Pulsechain today that I'm aware of. Let us know in the chat there if I've missed anything. But those is the news for today. We're going to get into some of the things that have been happening as well. Before we do that, let's catch up to the comments. We're going to get into gas prices next because they've jumped through the roof, and we're going to talk about why. Let me get up to top here. A couple more people in the chats. Let me jump up here. Boy, you guys have been commenting in there as well. Yeah, we'll get up to Pulse Punks there. Archipelago announced it. Hi, all. Happy 4th of July. All. Yesterday was the last day of the Battle of Gettysburg, 160 years ago. Over 51,000 American casualties in 3 days. Yeah. Lest we forget, right? Lest we forget some, people pay a big price for freedom. And it's funny, ironic. We're sort of in that place at the moment without the battle, of course, for our freedoms, where people are trying to take them away. Again, it's a constant human struggle to stop people taking all the control and taking away our freedoms that were hard and well fought for. So yeah, it's happy 4th of July, but it's also pretty relevant to today, where we've got authoritarians trying to take our freedom in the West away. So yeah, definitely a big. Lest we forget and remember those who have fallen for our freedom. All right, I guess modern day freedom at the moment is protesting. We see massive protesting in France, and of course, people are rising up for different reasons around the world. But one of them is freedom and justice. Those tend to be common themes. Thank you. I was gifted one. Oh, you're lucky. You got a Pulse Funk, I should say. That was lucky there, Sandy Beach. Congratulations to you. Super is amazing, says Wookie. Hey, good to see you, Super Wookie, and thanks for the compliment. What else there? Jump through some of those. I'm going to go through all those comments. Brazil says, I did not have Unicoin on my incentive farm bingo card. Yeah, some people have tried to accumulate a lot of the PRC20s. Especially the popular ones. Sandy Beach is near 3,300 followers. Congratulations. Need one more, so definitely follow Sandy Beach. Post your link there. There's Sandy Beach links on Twitter there. Rising influencer star, that's for sure. Fat Sammy is also an influencer these days as well. I think in the Pulse, is it ASICs and Pulse Dodge coin, something like that. The Fat Sammy, I think so. Fat Sammy working hard out there on that community stuff as well. I think you're the new leader. Are you the new front man for that, Fat Sammy? Let us know. As well. Obviously, Wolverine's moved into his own things, so I guess someone's got to take over that community. What else? Jumping through all those comments. We got David Lee. Happy Independence Day all, says David Lee. Absolutely. Who else has jumped in here? Jumping through all those comments. Briz on the beach coin. I like it. Yeah. You could launch that. You could launch that. BlackRock call me, says Briz. Yeah. You get massive funding in there. Could be the biggest liquidity pool on Pulsechain. The old BlackRock funding. We've got Anita in the house as well. G'day, everybody. Good to see you, Anita. Hope you're doing well. Jumping through all these. Man, I'm like racing through this chat at the moment. Racing through. All right. All right. I think that's enough. Let us jump over to, I think Brazil is posting the Internet Money wallet there on the Chrome store if you want to download that. So nice one there, Briz. All right. Let's move on. Let's move on from Internet Money. We're going to get into the gas fees. Look at this. This is the gas fees. What happened? We were down here at 12.13 Gwei for the last, this is the day. This is the last day. So this is probably, what, 60% of the day. We were down here at 12.13, and then we started rising a little bit here. But look what happened. We got this massive spike up to 132 Gwei, and then it's come down here, down, and we're sitting down about 41 Gwei. Now, what's driving that? Of course, you can thank Jack Levin. Jack Levin is driving that with the VPMX. Mint is live on Ethereum. And, of course, he already did the VPMX mint on Bitcoin. Now he's matching that up for his future bridge between EVM chain, Ethereum, and, of course, Bitcoin. So he's trying to be the first community to build that technology, that bridge between Bitcoin and EVM. So good luck. And, of course, this is the last part of the token pairing. He's going to pair those two tokens for the bridge. So it's going to be interesting. Anyway, so the minting went through the roof. So Jack Levin is the person that's responsible for that. And of course, he did it on a happy 4th of July there. I think they call it, was it a Zen Independence Day? So there we are. They're hijacking everything, these vampires. So that's pretty much what they did there. You can see there there's a top gas burner as well. So if you're wondering why gas burning is so high, pretty big deal. And of course, straight out of the gate, they did 5 million tokens out of the 108 million that they're going to have in total supply, which matches exactly what they've got on Bitcoin as well with the Bitcoin ordinals. So that is pretty much it. That is the contract there as well. Let's go have a little look at the price, shall we? They've also got the website as well that they did get VPMX. So that's what's been driving the old mints there. I'm not sure what this chain is on. It's on Ethereum, is it? Let me just switch over to Ethereum, have a look at this. I'm doing all this live. I didn't actually check. Let's go. All right, so bam. Let's no, I don't want it. Okay, we'll do that. We'll check that account. Doesn't really matter. But max supply minted 20 million. So only 18% minted so far. So they thought that might take 8 to 12 hours to mint, and of course, absolutely full up the Ethereum chain, which is great for Pulsechain, right? The Ethereum chain gets full up for a while. People go, what the heck is that? Why am I having to pay such high gas fees? And then, of course, Pulsechain, you don't have to. You pay hundreds and hundreds of times less in fees. So Pulsechain, another old Pulsechain narrative there. So thanks very much for that, Jack, because it's making Pulsechain look even better, right? So there we are. And, of course, only 18% minted. So it's definitely slower than they expected. So instead of taking 8 to 12 hours, this will probably take a few days at least based on this. Maybe 2 days, 3 days. We'll see how they get on there. But 18% minted so far. Now, obviously, some people are building out the whole block. They are taking out the whole block in here. And it cost them like $7,000 and things like that. So people were paying some pretty horrendous prices for that. It would have turned out just better off waiting for it to slowly dissipate. Sometimes this might act like an NFT launch, but this has not. Normally you'd sell that all out. Obviously, this 18% so far. So it has paid off for people not to rush in. And, of course, to mint out these tokens if you're in that community later on. But in any case, it means high gas fees. And, of course, makes Pulsechain look even better, right? So that is pretty much what's happened there. And that is an example of that. Now, I'm not sure. Let's go to have a look to see whether that's got the price. Pretty sure I copied the contract. Let's see what that is doing as a side thing. All right, VPMX here. So I'm going to have to add this to my Zen watch list. So let me add that. Bam. And, of course, let's go to the hourly here. Let's do logs. That is the log. Let me get rid of the volume as well because it's in the way. So there we are. Wow. Look at that craziness at the beginning. And, of course, coming down here now at 5.5 cents. This compares to about 10 cents on the Bitcoin ordinals. So it's about half the price of the Bitcoin side at the moment. So I wonder if that's going to put downward pressure Bitcoin side. We'll see on that as well. So that's kind of a side track there, but that's what's been causing the gas prices. We'll see how we get on there as well. All right. Now we will probably we're talking about Zen quickly. We're probably going to have quite a few of the Zen protocols on Pulsechain. Expecting to see DXN, which is probably the most successful one on the Zen ecosystem, launching on Pulsechain. I think the expected date is October for the DXN protocol. So that should drive some more value. So we want more business on Pulsechain. So Pulsechain is an open highway, and we want to fill it up, right? We want to fill it up with lots of projects, and looks like we'll probably have DXN coming October. So more's coming, folks. Pulsechain's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's going to be so much fun. And of course, everyone's welcome except for you scammers out there, except for those scammer tokens. And we've seen a few of those already. All right. So BTC at the moment, $30,814, down 1%. So just cooling off a little bit there. Certainly haven't had it broke up to the 33,000, but certainly looking pretty good at the moment for our mini bull market. And yeah, let's see if we can get there. We've certainly had our 30,500, which we wanted to get for about a week. So yeah, looking good for, I think, for a good chance of hitting to that at least 40K on our mini bull market. Ethereum there at $939, up down 3/4%. We got BNB down 1.36%, $243. But we do have some outstanding performers here. We've got Aave, which is obviously being priced up pretty nicely on Pulsechain. We'll talk about that later on. That is up 6% at $77.38. And that's actually doing not too bad on Pulsechain. I think it's around 33 cents at the moment. Had a bit of a recovery, up about 6 cents. So Aave not doing too bad on the old Pulsechain, and obviously doing well there on the Ethereum chain. Looking pretty good. Everything else is pretty much down from the looks of it, except for XRP is pretty much flat at 49 cents there. So kind of cool. Oh, Dodge there. We'll talk about Dodge there is at 1%. So this is the one we were talking about, but on Pulsechain that Jeff Kadakis has launched, back in, was it the first, was it second week? I think it was of Pulsechain. So that's pretty much it. What else are we going to say about that? I think that's it on the crypto. Getting into Pulsechain. So we got quadruple 0923. So about 8% discount from the sacrifice price on Pulsechain. We're down 4.39% for the day. Our burn still sitting around 134 billion. I'm not sure why that's not moving much. It feels like it's got stuck or something. Anyway, that's pretty much stuck. That number doesn't look like it's updating. I don't know. I don't know the developers, but I'd like to have that checked. It seems to be the same every day for the last 5 days. Anyway, so we got PulseX. I know it's going to be a lot slower than PulseX burn, but it just seems like it hasn't moved at all. So there we are. We got PulseX though. Does seem to be updating, and we got quadruple 0297. It's down 3.85%. So it's actually down less than Pulsechain today. Is that the second day in a row? I think that is, because normally it's the other way around. But that's it today. The ratio of Pulse to PulseX, one Pulse will get you 3.1 PulseX at the moment. We're going to look at that on the charts later on. And of course, that's on the higher side now. It was about 8 days or so ago. We were at about 2.5, so it's 3.1 now. So definitely Pulse has strengthened versus PulseX generally, although I think that's weakened off a little bit overnight. What else are we going to say about this? This is still dramatically below sacrifice price. So, talking about 70% there below, and still massive potential upside there. Now the burn is going through beautifully, and the burn here, 1.07% of public supply of Pulse has been burned. That's 224 billion, and that is ticking over really, really nicely. We also see the liquidity here is pretty big as well on the PulseX, just under 2 trillion. Pretty interesting there. All right, moving to incentive token. Incentive price is down 6.3%. And of course, the ratio there just breaking down under 60,000 Pulse per one incentive. That's the market we're going to look at. We'll check that on the charts later on. We've still got around about 4.5 million incentive tokens emitted so far. Started off from 0. That's where we are at the moment. Liquidity is 3.2 million of that is in liquidity pools. So there we are. Hex at the moment has been a pretty good performer. Was it yesterday or the day before? It was up pretty nicely, 18% or something. Anyway, that's at 1.43% on the Pulse chain. And one Hex is worth 155 Pulse. So that's actually really strong on the old Hex side. Maybe we'll get up to testnet. We were up around 200. But yeah, definitely pretty strong. I think the lowest we got to was like 93. One Hex to 93 Pulse, something like that. It's now 155 Pulse. So looking pretty decently strong as the old Hex versus Pulse. Including eHex, we're at 2.2 cents. So there we are, 2.2, which is not too bad. Although I'd like to see the combined price of Hex move into the 3 cent range in due course, maybe in a week or two. We'll see how we get on there. All right, is that all I'm going to say about that? I think so. Oh, we got Hex down here, by the way. Is that 0077? I think they've snuck that in there as well. The ratio is 1 to 1.85 too. So one pulse to one Hex, I guess that is. All right, so that is the numbers there. Let's have a quick look at the validators. And of course, we've got the big burn on Pulsechain, but oh wow, I didn't even notice this. But this validators have gone up and away. And of course, I have been talking about this being a pretty good, favorable thing to do is get into validating. We have seen a few new influencers out there talking about getting their validators up lately. We're up by 308.4 billion. Pulse is now staked. That means it's sunk off the market. And of course, that is 22,136 validators. We've got 184 entering. So we've got a boom going on here in validators, which basically means that people are getting more confident around Pulsechain. It's a really confident sign. You know, if you had a couple of leading indicators, really validators, I think, is a sort of a slow leading indicator, but very, very happening pretty fast at the moment. The APR at the moment, the annual percentage return is 22.1%, which is pretty good. And so, yeah, getting in quite nicely. And of course, with Pulse being discounted at the moment from the sacrifice price, you can actually get in, was it around $3,000 to get a validator? So, you know, you put $30,000 in, you got 10 validators, you turn over some pretty good amount of Pulse revenue. And of course, if you're bullish about the future of the ecosystem, then yeah, man, that could be absolutely stellar investment. So pretty cool on that. Obviously, there's competing things at the moment like yield farming, but definitely if you like a more conservative play and you don't mind running your own computer or something like that, you can definitely do that as well. All right, so looking pretty good there on the validators, very good indeed. Moving to the gas prices, obviously with Ethereum up at the moment. Look at this, 715 times cheaper than Ethereum because of Jack Levin's little VPMX minting at the moment on the ETH chain for his Bitcoin Ethereum bridge. 715 times cheaper. So thanks, Jack. You make Pulsechain look so much better. And I don't know if you guys can see that, but there it is, 715 times cheaper than Ethereum, 347 times cheaper than Bitcoin at the moment. There we are, folks. So, you know, and of course, if Ethereum gets into a big bull run, right, Pulsechain is going to be so much cheaper. I mean, you could be having 1,000 times cheaper or something, and that matters to the retail book, right? The retail really matters. And even some of the bigger players start to be concerned once you're paying $500 and $2,000 every time you're paying for something. So yeah, it's definitely looking really hot. And of course, getting the big percentage returns are all on Pulsechain, right? Because it's all getting priced up. We're on price discovery phase. It's still very early, day 53. And of course, yeah, it's pretty crazy there. We've got 4 cents for a PulseX swap, 0.3 of a penny for a Pulse coin transfer, and 0.8 of a penny for a PRC 2020 transfer. So you can see that is pretty good, isn't it? That's pretty good indeed. All right. Yeah, we're on day 53. We're about to end this day 53 and move into day 54. So stay tuned for that. All right. Let's look at the charts. Pulse chart here is looking pretty good. Look at that. I reckon that's looking pretty good. We've still got a little uptrend here for Pulse. We've beaten out all these, the wave down. We've beaten that. We've moved sideways. The angle of momentum has changed in our favor, and we've got an uptrend at the moment. So we want to see this. We got that. We've got to see this continue sort of up in this direction. And of course, we're coming up to day 55. Now, I have no idea what that means. We've got 55 people watching at the moment. Just as I said, we're coming up to day 55. We've got 55 people watching at the moment. So the 5/5s are coming into play here. And of course, wow, what do we got? Day 53 is here. And of course, we're about to sell there. So maybe just in here, we'll have a little bounce off here. Maybe it all begins there. So anyway, we'll see. Now, remember, Ethereum was 88 days. So 88 days is still a bit of time frame away. So let's get rid of our chart there and let's do 88 days. Where will that take us there? 88 days. That would take us 88 days for Ethereum. That would take us to the 12th of August. And so we may have a little bit of time here if we do this nice big U up and to the right after that. But definitely looking pretty interesting here. And maybe day 55 even could be pretty cool as well, which is probably what brings us into about the 7th of July, something like that. So looking pretty good. Archipelago just gifted 10 Hex token memberships. Francis got one. Dave Down Under, CryptoPay, Clintrons, Christian, Melissa Slate, Marmite, Ivor Biggins, David, Benny Davis, and congratulations to all of you. J-Man, Stevie D, and Tom Boss all got those memberships. So congratulations to you guys. A big shout out, of course, to Archipelago for that huge donation of memberships. Now that you're a member, don't forget to get into the chat there and use all the emojis. We've got different emojis for Pulsechain, everything else in there. So get that chat going live. Really, really cool. Very, very neat indeed. All right, looking good there. So yeah, Pulsechain just winding up here, is it? Winding up to move up and to the right. Once it moves, of course, a lot of people are going to get left behind, right? So just remember that people that didn't have belief or whatever sold out of their positions. Once it starts moving, it's the train is gone, and people are running after that train. They're running and they're running and they're trying to catch it, but damn it, it's gone. It's gone. They have to get on to the next station if they're lucky. If they're fast enough, they might be able to catch on. All right, so we've got PLXX there showing the same sort of pattern, except the ratio's down, of course. We've got bond liquidity, but the ratio is down versus Pulse there. 3.1 PulseX to 1 Pulse, so quite a bit of difference in the shape there. Look at that. Pulse is the one to rule them all, right? Pulse is my precious. Pulse is the one that's going to move them all. Bond liquidity, that is pretty cool. All right, we've got the Center token at the moment. We've been watching that. The trend is your friend, and it is down, but we have getting slow. It's been the last couple of days has slowed down. It's kind of cool. We were pretty fierce little decreases before that. We're at 59,628 at the moment, so it has slowed down. It's kind of cool, and I did think that we potentially could get to the 50,000 mark. Obviously, there's more being minted every day, but we will see. And we don't know whether that question mark, if there's a last token solution for this. Will there be a DApp? Will there be a sacrifice for the Hart wallet? All these sorts of questions. Maybe they'll be answered in the future, maybe not. Maybe there is no in a mile solution there. We will see. But in any case, if the price of Pulse goes up, US dollar wise, a lot of these things will go up anyway. So on the APR, so that's pretty much it. Let's look at Hex on Pulsechain trend there. So looking a bit more favorable. Looks a bit more like Pulsechain, doesn't it? And of course, this is strengthened versus Pulsechain, right? So it's looking pretty good. If we look at the old Pulsechain trend there, Hex is looking even better. I know Abit and all that's been dancing around the streets. He's pretty excited about this, and up and away it is at the moment. So that is Hex on Pulsechain. Hex on Ethereum, of course. There's Hex on Ethereum, and Hex on Ethereum here not doing too bad as well. And maybe this in a week or two will start to break out as well. Up and to the right, it kind of has that feeling. And of course, it has thinner liquidity, right? Way thinner liquidity, meaning that it can really move up in price a bit faster. So that kind of brings you into the I'm forgetting the name of the person, but it's scribbling around my head, it's floating around like this. Johnny Chaos, there it is. I caught it in my head. It's going around in circles, and it's going all these. There's a couple of names in there that's going around. It's going no, it's Johnny Chaos. So there we are. Watch out for that. But at the moment, Pulsechain Hex is dominating. And of course, we can see the domination by, I think we do this one. No, is it this one? Oh, maybe this is the wrong one. Oh, no, I need the E-Hex there. That's the Pulsechain one. That's the Pulsechain one. 155. Can you believe it? We can bring up the E-Hex chart here. Let's, should we bring up? Let's do it. Let's bring up the E-Hex chart. And hopefully that's going to be Pulsechain. Pulsechain, and I have to go to E-Hex Hex. This is the ratio between Hex on Pulsechain and PulseX there. Let's, are we on the daily? Here we are. That is the daily. Look at that. Woo-hoo-hoo. We're at 53. So one E-Hex equals 53 PulseX. One Hex on Ethereum or E-Hex equals 0.53. So 53% of a Hex on Pulsechain or PX there. Pretty big deal there. And of course, the yellow line is parity. So if E-Hex and PX were the same price, that would be on the yellow line. But E-Hex is way below the Pulsechain Hex by 86% there. So big change in the ratio there. That is E-Hex PX, which leads us on into, you guessed it, Pulse top PRC20s, ERC20s, because these are the ones that have been front run. It's really starting to get price discovery and move up. Really fun. A lot across the board, heaps of them. And I know some people are picking up all of these just as speculations as the price discovery, which is what you would expect to happen. We've got Sushi Swap up here. Now, they've got different liquidities, so to take that into account. We've got Sushi Swap in here. That's up 66.5%. That's the best one on my watch list. This is my watch list here, but it's got most of them. We've got Lido there is up 38%. They've all got about 30, 40K liquidity at the moment on these ones. Uniswap is up 35. Machiavelli, big shout out. Was it Dollar Tan Feathersaurus? Yeah, I agree with that one. If you want to feather Fear the Soros, yeah, the evil left-wing empirist. Remember 4 months. Big shout out to Machiavelli. Appreciate that. Thank you very much for your support. All right. Yeah, we've got Uniswap there up 31%. We've got ApeCoin is up 30%. Uni there is up 27%. Obviously, the farm came out for Uni, at least for the Ethereum version. But of course, the Pulsechain copy is up 27% as well. So that's doing pretty well. So let's actually zoom in on Uniswap, since that's the one that's got the farm for the Ethereum version. And you could see the reaction to that market. Man, it popped from 3.1 cents for the Pulsechain version all the way up to 10 cents. And then, of course, got violently pushed down here. Currently at 4.5 cents at the moment on the Pulsechain version of Hex. So interesting. This one here, liquidity gets 55. I'm not sure what that's gone on there. What's happened to that? Uni 35k liquidity. Not sure why that came out like that. I got the wrong one there. This is the Uniswap one. This is V1. Sorry, my bad. All right, so yeah, powered all the way up from 2.93 cents all the way up to 10 cents, 10.2 cents. Come down. It's currently at 4.3 cents. This is the Uniswap. This is the Pulsechain version of Uniswap, not the Ethereum one, which is the one that's actually got the farm incentive there. All right. There is no Uni Ethereum, Uni Pulse one on there, but maybe they will pop up. We will see. All right. That is pretty much it on that one. That is Uniswap. So there's some of the better performers on the 24-hour basis. So I'm just doing the percentage on the 24-hour. We got Maker there as well, up 23%. That's got 153k liquidity in it. What else we got jumping in here? SHIB. SHIB, I think, is going to be one of the better ones, performers, regardless of farms and stuff. I know it's probably people are probably anticipating the farm for the SHIB, and I definitely think that's a play. But this chart's looking pretty good, right? A bit of volatility in there, of course, but there's this nice little uptrend going on here for the old SHIB. So that's looking pretty good there. Look at that, just doing that basic stuff. That's kind of looking good. And yeah, if we ever got a farm come out, could you imagine if a farm comes out? This is probably just actually going to fly up and to the right here. But I think this has kind of got 132 liquidity in at the moment on the Pulsechain copy of SHIB. But I really do feel, even regardless of farms, that this one could just price up over time. It's probably one of the better ones for parity and SHIB there. Let me know in the chat there what you think. But I think that's probably one of the better ones to ramp up there. Now, obviously, SHIB on Ethereum, they've got the Shibarium chain and they've got the metaverse. I've talked about this before. But I said that's no reason why this is a meme coin. So it just can price up regardless, right? It doesn't have to necessarily even have any community utilities like that. You can price this thing up and get moved to parity, which is, I can't remember what I said yesterday. Was it 18x or something? You'll have to go and check on the Ethereum, but it was pretty big X potentials there. All right, we will see. Now that's on the 4-hourly. Let's have a look at the daily on here. That's the daily chart on there as well. So that was the 4-hourly I just showed. That's the daily, and we'll see where we're headed. We've certainly got higher lows in here. We've got this base at 1600. We're now at 5,000 at the moment. Let's see where we can go. Going to head towards 10,000 and break out. We'll see. Take a bit of effort there, but certainly possible with 132k liquidity. Easy peasy as well. So definitely one to watch. There's the old SHIB is one of the top performers. We've got Fetch AI, of course, up 15%. So we'll look a little look at Fetch. Liquidity is pretty small on this one. So a couple of these have got very tiny little pools. So you do have to double check, and there might be other pools with more liquidity, but that's at the moment. I might go and double check, see whether there's any bigger liquidity pools. That's pretty ridiculously small. Aave, of course, is doing pretty well. I talked about this earlier. Aave there, look at that. That's the Aave chart, and I think that's probably going to do fairly well also. I don't have to see this on the same thing as some of the meme coins, because meme coins don't necessarily need utility, but definitely this might start to move with the Aave price on Ethereum. So maybe not get to percentage bit of parity at all, but maybe a certain percentage of parity, but definitely could move together. So we'll see. It's early days. What else we got going there? Those are the top performers at the moment. We've got Comp there, and there's Compound. We've got Immutable X stuff, things like that. We've got Floki there. They're all in positives, and then we've got lots of ones here. Wrap Bitcoin and the negative, but I think Wrap Bitcoin's probably gonna have its day in the sun. I really back, just like SHIB, I sort of back Wrap Bitcoin quite strongly on the Pulsechain too. And Link there's the worst performer of the day, but they'll probably, profit taking comes into play. They take a breather and then they start ramping up, is my guess there as well. And remember, we've still got this Link farm for the ETH version on there as well. So those are the top PRC 20s. People are speculating pretty much on those. Let's move into the meme coins. And of course, the meme coins there, we've got the Dodge coin, as I said, up 48%, probably on the news of that Twitter space with Jeff Katakis. So we'll wait and see what happens there. We got the Ben coin here from BitBoy. We'll definitely try and watch to get more news on that. Once again, I think that BitBoy was on Corey Costa's channel. So you can find out more details on that. I understand that he was going to support the Ben version on Pulsechain. But once again, I need to go and confirm that. But that is what I've been told. Pepe there. Now we're watching for Pepe's. Pepe also probably do pretty well as well, like should. In fact, we might see that doing very well in the future as Pulsechain prices that up. Still got really big liquidity for that, 613K, 325K. And of course, we've still got our farms for that. So I think that's looking like potentially a good buy. I have to check that chart, but that's kind of looking good too. Let's have a quick look at the price at the moment. This is the Pepe Pulse. Yeah, that could end up getting maybe a bit of buy support here at the 3,000. We'll see. Yeah, the two that are coming up for the 9-inch exchange. So we don't know when that's going to be a stealth launch as far as we know. So we've got Pulse Dodge. That is down 10% at the moment, but still nice, pretty strong uptrend. That's definitely looking pretty good. Once 9-inch comes out, it's going to be supported in pools. So that might really rally on the Pulse Dodge. And of course, we've also got Poor Pleb is also another token. So these two tokens are the founders tokens of 9-inch. And of course, they could both do pretty well as well. They've had a little bit of just cooling off before the launch there. But this could go up. Both of these charts could go up and do a super run up and to the right. So we're watching out for that once they get those BBC incentive token pools up and running, which will be about a day after the launch, as I understand it. So we'll see how that timing plays out. All right, so that's pretty cool. We've also got Pepalorian at the bottom there, down 39%. So old Pepal down at the bottom on this list of the memes. Now, I've got a few more to add to this these meme lists, but apart from that, that's not a bad list. Moving us into Pulsechain projects. So let's move into that. Pulsechain projects. So you can see all the different categories of tokens that you can look at. Of course, we've got 4 main categories at the moment. We've got the Richard Hart category, top PRC 20 categories, the meme categories, the Pulsechain project categories. And of course, that's our 4 major categories is the final one here. Now, internet money is the best out here on the news, probably of the upgrades, but they're up 47%. The old internet money. So they've got a dual token system with the time token and internet money token as well. They actually got a triple token as well. They've got the what's the other one called? The one where you own it. I just have to remember what that is, but that is the play. We've got 4,600 on the price, so looking pretty good on IM there on Pulsechain. 25K liquidity, so small retail play still, but I'm sure that will probably jump up over time. What else? We've got Trust Swap there from Jeff Kadakis, once again, related to that Dodge on Pulse. That is up as well, 1.3 cents. Now, you obviously can compare this to Trust Swap on Ethereum as well, but that is at 1 cent, at 1.3 cents at the moment. Has been pretty high, up around 4.5 cents. So we'll see where that heads to. That's Jeff Kadakis there. Pulse Kitten's been doing pretty well, up about 12%. Let's have a look at that. Small liquidity though. We'll look at V2's got the biggest 28K of liquidity, and it's having a bit of a recovery here as well. So we'll see where that heads. That 2,000 has been up at 3,500 on the price there. Those are kind of our leaders. We've got a few others, PHux and Texan, edging out a few little percentage gains on 24-hour. Our time token from Internet Money, pretty much flat. Let's have a look at that. It's got no liquidity in that one, so we'll jump away from that one. Where's the liquidity for the time token? Can't see it there. Where's the time token liquidity? I'm not sure. I'm going to have to go look for that because I thought I had it on here, but we can't seem to have the right pair of liquidity, so we'll have to look for that. Tetra is down at the moment, down 2%. Fiat is down, waiting for Fiat to launch, Tetra to launch. So these protocols haven't yet launched. The tokens launched, but the protocols aren't. So waiting for that. And what else there? Wait, Coast, all these have not launched. So no wonder the prices are, sort of going either sideways or going down because the protocols actually haven't launched. Only the token is launched. Beetroot, of course, is launched. That's down 10%. And of course, if you like privacy transfers, that's the place to be. We've got Fluffy Slippers there for the old Somi, I think that is, for Get Somi back on Twitter. And we've got Pulse Reflections down the bottom there, down 23%. And finally, Daytona, one of our biggest protocols, Daytona, is down 30%. So let's have a little look at that one, actually, and see how Daytona has been performing. It had a huge run-up. I mean, it was absolutely massive run-up and then a massive sell-off there. Profit. Man, it's amazing how far the market takes it down, isn't it? Isn't it interesting how far the market takes the price down there? Well, that's pretty dramatic. Let's put the old fib on that one while we're here. And we got that, way down, even below the 86% there. That's crazy. So yeah, anyway, almost 9 cents though. Maybe it's an entry point. Maybe it's a good entry point now. We will see. 214k liquidity in there. And of course, the farms are still ticking over on the old farm there. That is Daytona. So those are our Pulsechain projects. I'm not sure if we've got any new ones out at the moment, but I'll definitely try and check later on today to see if there's any new projects. All right. But yeah, probably the best calls at the moment for me. SHIB doing pretty well, and a few others definitely looking potentiality there. Now we're going to get the Hex daily stats. We've got day 1310. Waiting for that to come out. That's not quite out yet, so we're waiting for that. We're on day 1311 now for the Hex, and we're going to wait for the Pulsechain results to come out here the Hex results to come out for the Hex daily stats with our Hex payments. But before we do that, we'll get back into the chart here, and let's go to the Hex on Pulsechain, and that is Hex on Pulsechain, 1.429 cents at the moment. Let's jump into some of the comments here as well. A big shout out once again to Archipelago for the big membership shouts, and of course appreciate that big time, and also Machiavelli there as well, 4-month membership. Very, very cool. All right, let's see where we're up to here. Go all the way back to the comments that I was in behind. Go up to Briz there for sure. Let's see. We've got Moon Mutton House there. Happy to be a Hexkin on the 4th of July. Good to see you, Moon Mutt. Christian says he minted EVMP. No, I think it's VMPX there. Oh, the Ethereum version, right? Yeah, well said. Brazology is not. Yeah. Hey, it's good for the X ratios, the ratios there. Happy 4th of wonderful, says Susie Q. Nice one there, Susie. Happy 4th of July to you. Francis as well in the house there. Hi, Superman. Good to see you, Francis. Cookies and Crypto. Happy 4th in Hexco. You too, Cookies and Crypto. Great to see you as well. Did you see that the MetaMask now has a bridge for multi-chain? Seems like RH is driving MetaMask to be better. Nice one there, Briz. I can't remember whether I saw that or not. I'm trying to double think now about that. But it's good to know in any case. All right. Pulsechain is fast and low gas fees, performing the best. It is indeed. Ivor says, yo from Brisbane this time next year. It will be yo from Hawaii. Nice one there, Ivor. Yeah, I'd love to go to Hawaii, actually. There's a few places. I want to go to Bora Bora as well. Just quietly on the side there, Bora Bora. But Hawaii would be great on holiday at least. Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it for sure. We've got Charity in the house there with the emojis. Now, that's what I'm talking about. That is the use of emojis in the chat. If you become Hex Token member there, you got a few emojis. You don't have to, do that every time, but posting one or two is kind of nice. Ivor says Hex together in Hawaii next year. Nice. Let me jump through some of that. Super's hamster wheel is spinning. Yeah, when I was going like that about the names floating around. Yeah, pretty funny. Jumping through all those. Jumping on through those. I think I'm up to date in the comments. That's pretty cool. Gentleman says I'm going to Bora Bora and to Edie in December. Oh wow, that's amazing, gentlemen. You're going to have it is so surreal there. Honestly, it feels like it's easily one of the best beautiful places in the world, but it's so surreal. It's like you're out. It's almost like you're on another planet. It really is crazy. The Bora Bora there. I've watched a couple of videos of people holidaying there, and it's just mind blowing. So yeah, pretty amazing. All right, let's get into Hex Day stats. We got it? No, it's not out yet. No, it's taking this time. We've got the Pulsechain one out, so we're getting the Pulsechain first day. Day 310, and of course, really it's day 53 for Pulsechain. So we've got Hex on Pulsechain, the 4th of July. Happy 4th of July, 1.437 cents, down 5.3% on Pulsechain. The Hex payout is 6.54. Another dot day in the share rate, sitting just under 28,100. And what else we got there? The average mining length, 7.05 years. APY, 38.71%, pretty juicy. Let's jump over to the T-share ownership pool. So 9,920,000 T-shares, so up 2,300. Not bad, not bad. And let's look at the share rate there. 9.42% of Hex is locked on Pulsechain. Modest penalties today, 400,000, but that certainly tops up the payout a bit though for T-share miners. Liquid holders down 1 to 330,369, but the key number here, which is the miner number, up 29. So we've got 122,413 people mining Hex there on, or at least accounts mining Hex there on Pulsechain. Total holders up 64 to 570,000. So that's day 53 on Pulsechain. And of course, we're waiting for the Ethereum version to come out, but it seems to be not coming out. So we might miss the Ethereum version today. But in any case, we've got Hex looking pretty good on Ethereum, 0.8 of a penny. We got Pulsechain at 1.4 cents for a Hex. And the payouts are both over 6.5, which is pretty nice as well. All right, we've got a few penalties already on the ETH chain as well. I don't know whether that's just because it hasn't been accounted for yet. It's not showing up here on the Hex Daily Stats. We might read that out tomorrow instead. So that's the Hex Daily Stats. We're up to 1 hour and 1 minute on the live stream, and what a live stream it has been. We've talked about lots of cool things today. Now, remember, we're still in month number 2, and so we're on day 54, I think, just starting. And, of course, that means that month 3 is when we're expecting the top-tier utilities. We're talking about the liquid loans, the power cities, the fiat famous stuff coming out, the PH ecosystem. And then, of course, we've also got the 3 big NFT platforms. They're likely to launch in that time frame as well, month 3, and maybe on the back end into month 4. But those next 2 months, and when we've got the big, heavy protocols coming out on the ecosystem, and maybe in month 5 and month 6, we may see some big delegating protocols. I really want to see the liquid staking protocols. I think the closest thing we've got to that at the moment is David Feder with his cloud service. If you can, pay that. But it's, apart from that, it is looking for these delegated protocols like Rocket Pool. Be great. So hopefully we'll get one of those pulled over to open that validating up for all the people, particularly people that, maybe smaller players that can't afford $3,000 for a validator or getting a computer dedicated and all that sort of stuff. But just want to put in maybe $500 in there or something like that and delegate for a bit of a conservative yield. So definitely looking forward to that. Maybe hopefully month 5 or 6 for that, plus a lot of other protocols, of course. All right, I think that's it from that one. Let's wrap it up. Shall we? Got Pulsechain at 9,237. We got PulseX at 2,929, and of course we got the incentive token there, 59,465 Pulse per incentive. A Hex at the moment 1.428 on Pulsechain, and of course we've got 0007 for Hex on Ethereum there at the moment with the ratio 52.61. So definitely Pulse is dominating there at the moment. That's pretty self-evident in that chart, as you can see. There we are, got a big gap between parity at the moment. So Pulsechain is winning on that, man. Still for day 54 starting up, so still early days, as we say. Now, the last thing I want to say was hope you guys are having a good time and accumulating. It's dollar cost averaging, accumulation. It is price discovery phase, and it's the time to get into it. This chart kind of is what we're tracking to see how the health of the system is going, and it's kind of looking a little bit better, isn't it? So yeah, let's see how that plays out. All right, I think that's it. Let's go back to Richard. We'll check Richard one more time before we end the live stream. But you can continue the conversation in our Discord. Discord link's in the chat there, and it is free, of course, so you can get into there and get into Discord and chat away about your strategies or anything else you want to talk about, because it is really, really cool. So once again, let's play out a video here for the 4th of July that I played the other day from Crypto Compassion. It's pretty good for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. Subscribe, like, share, the bell. See you in Discord. Take care, everybody, and welcome to all the new Hex Token channel members. Tomorrow's another day for Pulsechain and PulseX news, and I'll catch you then onwards and upwards as we see the Pulsechain ecosystem grow. Spread the good word, of course, as Richard said today. Spread the good word, and of course, when those farms pop up, you can approach those communities as well. And mass adoption is coming every day that we spread the word. Bye.
Guys, it's John here, Crypto Compassion. Just coming to you from Oregon. I'm here at the lake over on the Oregon coast. Just enjoying this beautiful weekend. Super stoked about Pulsechain, Hex, PulseX, all that kind of good stuff, you guys. I've been real busy with real estate, you know, working on that fresh capital, bringing to our beautiful ecosystem. I'm looking forward to everything that we're building on Pulsechain. So enjoy this beautiful 4th of July weekend. You know, we sacrifice for freedom of movement and freedom of speech. And here in the United States, we are celebrating our independence and celebrating our freedom, you all. All right, you guys, take care. Have fun.